Hello, everyone. Welcome to a link to the Between Worlds Randomizer. I'm Miss Becca Fay. Today we have AeroRaiser and Flora racing. I think they're just doing some last-minute setup things, but they should be getting ready soon. Okay. One of our players is just generating the seed, and then they'll be ready. So let's see. I think. Let me look at the record for each of them quickly. I should have had this up beforehand, but okay. So currently, Arrow is 1-0. I think they might have had another match, so I'm not sure if this is updated, but they're at least 1-0 currently, and Flora is 0-2. So she'll need to win this one in order to keep going in the race. Hi Seb, thank you. Good luck to the runners. I'm glad to see Flora playing on an actual 3DS. I don't think a lot of our racers have been playing on the actual 3DS, so it's exciting. Also, just from this little menu, we can see that the chest on top of Hyrule Castle is small, so there's a bit of pre-game information. Doesn't make a huge difference, but Arrow's typing their name in. I know Flora's 3DS fell asleep. Hopefully it'll be back up soon and everything will work out with that. So we're almost getting done with the group stages in this tournament. For this is Group B, and I think they have a couple more matches to go. But then Group A, there's actually a three-way tie between myself, Oni, and Adri. And so tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, there's going to be a three-way race. I think we're still working out the logistics for that with Speedgaming, but that'll be exciting to see. Then after the group stages are done, there'll be a top 4 where the 2 people from each bracket will be going into play. Okay, so all right, the countdown has started. It's 10 seconds until the race officially starts. And they're off. Well, at least the timer in the race time room has started. Seems like the runners themselves are still waiting a bit to actually start. Hmm, okay, there we go. Now they're getting started. All right, Ravio's shop. There's a fire rod and a bottle, a master ore, in the first part of Ravio's bracelet. The fire rod is pretty useful to have early on. Yeah, there's not a lot of money going around in the shop right now, but the fire rod will let them get into the sanctuary where they can get a few checks. Um, Asfala's item is a piece of heart, so we won't be coming back to Ravio's shop for that. Yeah, I think so. All right, Palace of Darkness. Big chest is a silver rupee. That's the one that's hiding behind the wall, I believe. Queen Orin has a silver rupee. So something with this randomizer. And did Arrow not get the blacksmith chest? It's just a lamp, so nothing crazy, but that is interesting that they missed that. So the Queen Orin check. When you rescue Queen Orin's portrait from whichever dungeon that she's in, she becomes a check. Where in the vanilla game you would get the flippers, but in here we found out from the hint ghost that's a silver rupee. So we won't be visiting Queen Orin after we rescue her. Oh no, the chicken fell and disappeared into the trees. I didn't know that they could do that. Fortunately, there's another chicken right here. Alright, looks like Arrow's gonna go and get their own lamp. Meanwhile, Flora's getting a bottle. So even though the bottle doesn't show it, the bottle does come with a purple potion, which basically gives you a full screen attack that does as much damage as a great spin, depending on what sword you have. So it's actually a pretty useful item. Flora's also going to buy a scoot fruit. I am not sure if Arrow got a scoot fruit or not, but the scoot fruit is pretty useful. It unlocks a check and lets you go into dungeons and then leave if you have to very quickly. Flipper's mini dungeon is a silver rupee. It's good to know. And so there, Flora was checking the chest in there. For this tournament, we have something called chest size matches contents on. So if it's a little chest, that means it has an item that we don't want. And then if it's a big chest, then we do want it. And it looks like Arrow's gonna die Death Warp in order to get back to Ravio's shop. I'm assuming they want to go grab the bell or something. That is true. Neither of them went to the B guy to go get the bottle checked there. Arrow did update that they had a bottle on their thing, but maybe Flora didn't, and so that's why she didn't think about it. And there we can see that's another big chest. And it looks like Flora is preparing for her own death warp, deciding not to go through with the sanctuary, even though she has the lamp. Kakariko Village is on the path to Knuckle Master. So that means there's something in Kakariko Village that either is required for Knuckle Master or will lead to something for Knuckle Master. I think technically the only thing that Knuckle Master requires is a lamp. I don't think you technically need anything else for Swamp Woods, so that hint's not particularly useful as far as I can tell. Yeah. And it looks like Flora's looking at her tracker, trying to figure out where she wants to go. Arrow's also preemptively buying a shield. Can't really use the shield unless if you have a sword. It literally doesn't show, so once Arrow finds a sword, then they'll have the shield. And it looks like Arrow might be going to the B guy, so we can see what this check is. Money. Not bad. Finding money early is usually a pretty good thing for buying things for a Ravio shop, or buying things from the merchant, or the golden, or buying a golden bee later. And I'm guessing here Arrow is gonna go into the sanctuary, so we can see what's happening in there. Death Mountain is on the path to Darkstair. And it looks like Flora's also going to go to the sanctuary. Some more money. Our runners haven't found any hearts yet. And here's a big chest. There's Ravio's bracelet. So now Arrow has the ability to merge onto walls, which opens up the game a lot. It's a very important thing to find, so Flora's going to be very happy when she finds that. So then the small key is over where the heart piece is, over here. And so Arrow could choose to clear out the sanctuary right now so that they could access the low rule graveyard later. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. Killing these ghosts with the fire rod is kind of a pain. I've done it before. So there we go. Arrow makes good work of him. And it looks like Arrow's screen froze a little bit. I I don't see them saying anything in the race time room. I'll give them a moment. That is scary. Hopefully the game didn't crash and they lost their progress. But for now, Flora is going to go through completing the sanctuary. His stream is still going strong. Okay. Let me, oh, there we go. We got it figured out. Seb, if you wouldn't mind looking to see what Hyrule dungeons are portraits, I would appreciate that. Irene has a silver rupee. And looks like Arrow does want to grab this Mai. We'll start off the Mai gatherings. Eastern and Gales are required. And then here, okay. That's good to know. Thank you. I love it when Eastern Palace is a portrait. It's usually a dungeon that's pretty easy to do. Flora's also grabbing some Mai. I know Flora is a big fan of collecting some Mai, so. And it looks like Arrow's going to go into Eastern, and then Flora's going to go up here and bump into the shady guy. So, there's a big chest that Arrow can get. The boomerang. Not the most exciting item, but it is actually pretty useful to have. Especially since they don't actually have a ranged weapon at all. So now Arrow could defeat Yuga. So the boomerang here is actually pretty important. Now Arrow's going to realize how useful the boomerang is to have here. And he's going to go and grab that small chest. I'm not sure if I would have bothered with that, but... The power glove. That's really good for Flora to find from the shady guy. So that will let her start climbing up Death Mountain, which we know is on the path to Darkstair. Flora's also going to go and grab this Mai and save Woman from the cries of the Mai. Woman gave her $100, which is pretty generous, but not exactly what we wanted. Yeah, Death Mountain probably does have a weapon or Quake, but I think this Eastern Palace is fine. It doesn't, the actual checks are not paying off so far in Eastern, but... But since Flora did get the Power Glove, I wouldn't be surprised if she decides to go up Death Mountain. Looks like she's going to grab the Piece of Heart over here first, though. Some more Master Ore. Okay, so she can actually go and do the Hyrule Blacksmith check. It looks like she's actually going to go and do Eastern first, though. Just a small chest and Gales. There's the big key. Flora's also gonna grab this Mai. So she has 6 Mai right now. She needs 4 more before she can upgrade something into a nice item. Maybe Aero just wanted to show off their pot throwing skills instead of using the boomerang. So Flora's gonna find her own boomerang. There, Flora realizes she doesn't need that chest. And we also see Flora using some invisibility frames to sneak through the big boulder there. Nicely done. So Flora does have the purple potion, but she's not able to actually... it doesn't do anything if you don't have a sword. I've learned that the hard way. Yeah, Eastern has been very dead. There's been, I don't think, anything. It's still a portrait dungeon, so it's required, but there's like literally been nothing, which is usually kind of surprising. I feel like Eastern usually has some stuff. Yes, they can kill Yuga with the fire rod. They'll have to hit Yuga with the boomerang and then fire rod. It's going to be slow, but it's not too bad. They could also just use the fire rod and not have to switch to the boomerang. This is when the fights against Yuga are bad if you don't have the sword. When these green guys spawn, it's very tedious. And Aero not making use of quick equip canceling, or quick equip. I can talk. That would make the movements a little faster there to switch between the items. There we go, first phase of Yuga done. The lamp. So the lamp does a quarter of the damage of a regular sword. But fortunately, you can just hit Yuga as many times as you can until she takes enough hits to go back into the wall. But it looks like they're going to go back to the fire rod. There we go. Yuga down. Not bad. The Eastern Palace still having nothing. Not even like a heart piece or like they haven't gained a new heart container or anything yet. So still just 3 hearts. All right, we'll see if this last chest has something. It looked like it might have been a big chest, actually. You can kind of barely see it sometimes. Oh, nope, never mind. Monster Guts. I think that might be the worst Eastern Palace of the tournament so far. It's definitely up there. But we get Irene. The Irene portrait does unlock another check. In the vanilla game, Irene gives you the bell. And so in this, she'll give you a random item. Flora making quick work of the skeletons here. That's an interesting take, Seb, for sure. I probably would have just bought the bottle there, just to have. And so now I imagine Arrow is going to go and bump into Shady Guy and stuff. Well, first we're going to see what Irene... I think Irene actually just has a silver rupee. We might have seen a hint about that. And so here we see Flora making use of quick equipping. And it definitely makes switching between the items much smoother here than the pausing. So the seed is definitely pushing the players into Death Mountain right now. Arrow's about to find their power glove. Oh no. Okay. Good. And Flora's gonna be sad about this. Have to deal with all these guys now. That attack is fine. It actually gives time for stamina to recharge. And there we go. You get down for Flora. All right. So now after Arrow talks to Shady Guy here, I'll be curious to see what they do. They're not going to grab the woman check, which was junk. So that's good, at least. Does look like they'll check out Lost Woods yet. They can peek at a chest here, and then also to get the heart piece in the alcove. Haunted Grove Stump was a red rupee. That's really good to know. The Haunted Grove Stump is a check where you have to beat the green pendant dungeon. So that means we won't have to be beating that dungeon. The Master Sword pedestal is another check where you have to beat all 3 of the pendant dungeons. So that means our runners would have to clear all of the dungeons. So hopefully that won't be necessary. Bouldering guy has a gold rupee. That's also good to know. Oh, and there's a big chest, so Flora's gonna go and grab that. Meanwhile, Arrow's starting to climb up Death Mountain. The bow. That would have been very nice to have when just in Eastern Palace. The bow is very useful for the fight against Yuga. Much better than a boomerang and fire rod, but what can you do? And then Flora's also going to go and play the Kako minigame. And she's playing on an actual 3DS, so she could turn on the 3D settings and that makes this game easier. The hammer on Death Mountain. I think that, Hera was a pendant dungeon, so not required, but the hammer does unlock a few checks. Oh my gosh, Death Mountain is loaded. There's Quake. Yeah, so now Arrow can literally go anywhere that they want. Basically. It looks like they are gonna go to this part of Low Rule Death Mountain. They have the fire rod, so the Ice Gemos fight is very easy. They can also grab this Mai Mai here. They're at 4 Mai Mais now. And they're getting bullied a little bit by the guy. Ooh, another big chest. A bottle. Not the worst. Snowballs coming in at them, but they'll be able to dodge it. And so the only other check in this area is the Treacherous Tower. You only have to do 5 floors of the Treacherous Tower in this tournament, but Arrow's not interested in that. They don't have a sword, so it's a good call to avoid that for now. Flora grabs her 8th Mai Mai. So a lot of runners tend to ignore the Mai Mais, but since both of them are going for Mai Mais, I think it's going to be interesting to see what each of them decide to upgrade. Out of the current things that the runners have, I think the fire rod is probably the best thing to upgrade, especially if they need to go into ice ruins. I do really love the nice bow, though, like personally. So I would be tempted to go for that one also. Flora's finding her own hammer. So soon she's also going to find Quake. And you do need to be careful with these rocks. They do a full heart of damage. And Aero only has 4 hearts. And they're not finding a lot of heart pieces or heart containers. The Hyrule Castle throne is a blue rupee, so that's in reference to the Impa portrait check. When you get the Impa portrait, her check at the Hyrule Castle throne becomes available. And Flora's quick equip canceling the hammer animation so that she's able to get moving right after the hammer hits the ground, shaving off some time. So who is leading? I think it's fairly close right now. I think Flora may have done a few more checks, but it's still anyone's race right now. Neither runner has found a sword yet, so going through dungeons will be a little trickier. But it looks like Arrow's gonna go into Skullwoods. Which Arrow does have everything that you need to do in Skullwoods. It looks like they might have been worried about the hand there. I'm guessing that's what that was about. And they also thought that they had to light a lamp there. But that one is just a button for some reason. I've also always thought that was kind of weird. You technically do not need a sword. You will need at least a sword or the bug net for the final fight against Ganon, though, for the energy tennis. Looks those trees were giving Flora some trouble there. You definitely... Knuckle Master in particular will be very annoying to fight without any kind of sword, though. But we'll see what the runners do. What did Flora find in that chest? Turtle Rock and Desert are the other pendants. Okay, good to know. Oh, she found Hookshot. That's great to find. It looks like she's just gonna go check the dungeon over here. The Hookshot mini dungeon has a sword. Alright, good call. Flora's about to go into the Hookshot mini dungeon, so finding this sword could make the rest of the game a little bit easier for her. There are a lot of enemies there, though. Looks like Flora's trying to remember exactly how to do this mini dungeon. I'm also bad at remembering exactly how to do the mini dungeons. Nope. You need to go left. Yeah, there you go. Arrow's making it into what's called the party room in the speedrun community for this game. This room is kind of a pain in the butt, speedrun wise. And it looks like the monsters got the better of Arrow there. Fortunately, in this game, if you die, you don't lose your items, like in the vanilla game. So Arrow's able to just keep going with everything that they have. And Flora's gonna go into the auto-scroller, which is interesting to me. There is a check here that you can get with the hammer, but it's also kind of slow. So we'll see if this pays off for them. Because I think most runners would avoid going in here for as long as possible. Especially, well, I guess Ice Root, Turtle Rock, and Desert are the other pendants. So she's probably also just making her way to Ice Ruins. So this does make more sense. Just missing the platform there. And it puts her all the way back here? That's rude. Now Arrow's making their way into the mini dungeon. I mean the mini boss of this area of Skullwoods. And the Gibdo is just messed him up. But Arrow's not going to give up. They're going to keep going. They're unfortunately going to have to do the party room again. But they did get the shortcut, actually, so they get to skip it. So getting those shortcuts actually really paid off. And looks like they're going to switch up their tactics and go with the fire rod this time. And so if you merge into the wall while the hand is out, it'll just slap down wherever it is, so you can use that to kill some enemies. Then killing these little mold orms, it's going to be tougher with the fire rod, so they're going to switch to the hammer. And they didn't have the stamina to go into the wall there, so that warped them all the way back here. Skullwoods is not being kind to Arrow. Meanwhile, Flora is making her way through this area. Falling onto the platforms gracefully. So, Flora made it to Rosso's ore mine, which has a crack that you can use to get into the eastern side of Low Death Mountain, where Ice Ruins is. And it looks like Flora just grabbed the check, and she's gonna go here and do the Ice Chemos fight. Which I believe had a bottle, if I'm not mistaken. These guys do take quite a few hits with the sword. So the hammer makes quick work of the skeletons. Flora's also going to grab the Treacherous Tower Weather Vane. Is she going to go into the Treacherous Tower? Nope. Okay. She's grabbing it just in case, though. Might as well. And so at this point, I would say Flora is well ahead, I think, of Arrow. They've been able to clear some areas of the map more and set up weather vanes. And then also just find more equipment while Arrow's been working their way through Skullwoods. That's a big chest. Could be the boss key. We haven't seen the boss key yet. It's the smooth gem. So that is something that you need to give to Queen Orin after you save her, but we know that... Oh, we have the key already? Okay. Never mind. It doesn't look like Arrow wants to leave yet. They're gonna go fight Knuckle Master without a sword. The little real blacksmith has a heart container, so we won't need to find all the master ore. It's a good check to know about. Meanwhile, Flora is going to do the stylish woman check. She gives her $50. There, the fire rod is proving to be more effective than the hammer. And it looks like Arrow is just gonna kill themselves to get out of this fight. I don't blame them. It looks like Flora's also thinking about Skullwoods now. At least she's going to the Skullwoods area. She doesn't have flippers yet, so she can't complete Thief's hideout. She could do Ice Ruins still. The enemies in Ice Ruins do a lot of damage. And so 5 hearts in green tunic is not great. But I think Flora's going to go up here and get the heart piece, and then go get the golden bee, I would assume. Arrow finds their hook shot. Which might lead them onto the path of a sword if they decide to go back up Death Mountain. But it looks like they're trying to figure out where they want to go right now. It looks like Arrow is following the same path. And here they're going to see where the hookshot mating dungeon has a sword. And they're very excited about that. They're doing some twirls. So they're going to go right immediately to the hookshot mating dungeon and get their sword. I feel like it's definitely worth going to ice at this point. I would do ice over Skullwoods, probably. Like, it's a little scary with the current equipment and health that they have, but Ice Ruins has a lot of checks, especially compared to Skullwoods. And fighting Knuckle Master with just the level 1 sword is pretty terrible. It just takes forever. So, Arrow gets their sword, Flora gets her big key. Now we'll see where... looks like Arrow's gonna go back to their house. She's not gonna go towards Ice Ruins yet. They're gonna grab the 3 checks down here, presumably. Arrow just said in the race time chat that this seed is rude. I can understand why they feel that way. Precious Tower has the Bow of Light. Interesting, okay. That's exciting. I don't know if we've seen Treacherous Tower in this tournament yet. So now, the weather vane that Flora grabbed earlier is going to really pay off. Because she'll be able to just quickly go up and get the Bow of Light. And we saw Flora hovering over the purple potion there to use in this mini boss room. I'm not sure if it actually hit the Gyarados that was there. It didn't seem like the Gyarados didn't reacted to the purple potion. But it made quick work of the Moldorms, so it did. Okay. It didn't seem like it reacted, but and it looks like this treasure dungeon is giving Arrow some trouble. This looks promising. No, I think they just... Oh, no, they got it. Wow. That's interesting. The Enox Cave always pays off. Now Arrow's at 9 Mai-Mais. Oh. Then there's this chest. Arrow's gonna find the bow. Looks like Arrow's trying to figure out where to go next. Meanwhile, Flora's gonna grab her smooth gem. We know Queen Orin is dead, though. The dead check. And it looks like Arrow is going to go to the Great Enox, I'm guessing. So I think Arrow did hear your thoughts, Seb. They're not even going to bother with the coup fight. They're just going to go straight to the Enox. Alright, what does the Enox got for us? A piece of heart. Blue mail. $100. A monster horn. More hearts. And the hint glasses. Definitely not the best Enox. The blue mail is nice, but I think we were all hoping for a little more. Meanwhile, Flora is working her way through Knuckle Master with the level 1 sword. This fight does take forever with just the level 1 sword. So she's going to be here for a bit, but she's actually going to finish it out. There's another hint. The other hint goes for the Treacherous Tower, Bow of Light. Arrow could do the Pegasus Tower treasure dungeon. You can do it with the boomerang, but they might not know specifically how to do that, so I understand them wanting to wait on that. Flora's going to try the hammer. Her hammer smacks proved to be a little more effective, I think, than Arrow's, but I'm not sure if it makes that big of a difference. It is times like this where it makes me sad that this is a glitchless race, because it's very easy to skip the Knuckle Master fight if you have the Tornado Rod. It looks like Arrow is going to go back to Death Mountain, presumably make their way towards Ice Ruins. Except it looks like they're going to just do Hera. Yeah, the fight against Knuckle Master with the level 1 sword is terrible. It takes forever. I don't think Knuckle Master is anyone's favorite boss in this game, in particular. Was there a hint about Hera that I missed for why Arrow's doing it and not going to Ice Ruins? Or is Arrow just doing it for the checks? He's just feeling it out? Okay. There we go. Flora kills Knuckle Master. No, it's not a bad thing to do right now. I think I would have just gone to Ice Ruins first, personally. Tower of Hero does have a decent amount of checks, and it's pretty quick to go through. And then Flora's going to grab the Impa portrait. We did get the hint that the Impa check is a blue rupee, so we're not going to follow up on that. Yeah, I would have avoided Skull like the plague, personally, but it's a required dungeon, so it makes sense that they would want to go for it. So that is Flora's second portrait. That is a big chest. She could bring the big bomb flower over to that chest to go see and use it to see what it is. And there, I think Flora just got the hint about the Treacherous Tower for the first time. No one has entered Thieves yet. They don't have flippers, so I think that's why they're both avoiding it. And it looks like Flora is going to use the big bomb flower to open the vacant house. I would also just go and do Thief's hideout. You can get most of the checks in Thief's hideout without the flippers. Oh, and it looks like the guy got the flower. And it looks like Arrow's going back down to the fairy room. Let's see if Flora can get the flower over there this time. And it looks like she is going to get the bomb over there safely. Nicely done, Flora. And it's the sand rod. We know that the desert palace is a pendant dungeon, so the sand rod isn't as useful this seed. Still, I'm glad that we got to showcase some hard logic gaming. And I don't think Flora... I'm not sure what Flora's... Oh no, Flora's going to go with the Great Enox right now. So she's also going to get her blue mail. And she might do the Ku's Domain fight, which Arrow skipped on doing. It does look like she's gonna go do the fight. Oh, the fire rod one-shots these guys? Oh my gosh, and she's gonna do two at the same time? Oh no, it was just short. Oh, that would have been such a pro move. I did not know the fire rod one-shot these guys. Yeah, you use the bow. The bow two-shots these. Oh, Arrow did get the Master Sword at the top of Hera. The Master Sword is nice to find, but there are also two other locations where it could have been. So I'm not sure if that alone made it worth it, but it's definitely nice to have. Arrow's not going to complain about having it at this point. It'll make the Knuckle Master fight much faster. And then okay, Flora's gonna go to the Enox now. And okay. So it looks like Arrow might be going into Thief's Hideout, potentially. Meanwhile, Flora was going to go with Ice Ruins, but decided to turn around. She changed her mind. No, Knuckle Master is much better with the Master Sword, for sure. All right. So Thief's Hideout is the most profitable dungeon in the game, checks-wise. There are only 2 keys in it, and I think there's, I don't know how many chests there are total. Yeah, I would have gone to Ice Ruins by now, probably also, but like Ice Ruins and Thief's Hideouts are Thief's Hideout were like the big ones that I think the runner should have gone to earlier, but we'll see. All right, it looks like Flora is gonna go back to Death Mountain. And work her way through the auto-scroller. The B badge, everyone's favorite. And you don't want to go up, Arrow. You want to go back down. I think they're just realizing that. Oh, Flora does have the Tornado Rod. I missed where she got that. But the Tornado Rod is a really good find. That'll let them do House of Gales. The Eastern Hammer Pegs, okay. Thank you, Seb. A Tempered Sword. Arrow's gonna be very happy to find that. See, finding the Tempered Sword in Thief's Hideout there makes going through Tower of Hera for a sword upgrade less enticing. Because you would have got the Master Sword anyway, playing through a required dungeon instead of the Pendant dungeon, but still, it's good to find. And the Tempered Sword makes quick work of those guys. And Arrow leaves Thief's Hideout. I guess they don't have the flippers yet, so that makes sense. And now Aero's gonna get his revenge against the Knuckle Master. Equipped with a blue mail, a tempered sword, more hearts. I don't think Knuckle Master will last long in this fight. And Flora is being very thorough, getting all of the checks in this area before going to Ice Ruins. And there we go. Aero getting his revenge. And now Flora's gonna go north towards the entrance of Ice Ruins. Have we gotten a hint about the Great Rupee Fairy yet? The Great Rupee Fairy is a check in this where you have to give her 3,000 rupees, and she'll give you something. Not as far as, you know. So, Aero does have a good amount of money. I think from the gold rupee, it was just, I think I was like maybe 2,300. So, pretty close to the amount necessary. I think the only main thing that our runners need that they haven't found yet is bombs. We know where Bow of Light is. We know where the Tornado Rod is. And then flippers. Flippers are the other thing. It's another bottle. And we know bouldering guy is junk. So after Floric is done with the Ice Ruins here, this will be the last time that we'll be in this area. So that'll be nice. So both of our runners are tied at 2 portraits right now. Flora's in Ice Ruins now. Going to try to get her third. And the hidden chest there was giving her some trouble. And there's the bombs. That's excellent to find. So now Flora will be able to do the Palace of Darkness. And those penguins can really gang up on you and do a lot of damage, so And Arrow's going into the Turtle Rock area. There is a chest up here, which is small. And there's the stamina scroll for Flora, French Vanilla. That is like a very convenient stamina scroll because that will let her get the one check in this game that requires the stamina scroll. Yeah, I think Arrow is catching up a bit for sure. Flora does have the tornado rod and the bombs. So that does put her a bit ahead in terms of items. And she's also working her way through a required dungeon. Oh, when you left, he didn't have a single sword. Yeah, he's improved definitely since then. And then, so it looks like Arrow's gonna do the Dark Maze and grab the Weather Vane for Palace of Darkness. And that chest must have been a big chest, because Arrow's going for it. Oh no, it's just a small chest. And then Flora is going to grab the one check in the game that requires the stamina scroll. Which is a small key. Might be necessary, might not be. I think you can skip one small key. Well, I think you can skip the penguins no matter what, basically. I don't know, I feel like I can always skip the penguins somehow. Which is good because the penguin mini boss is spooky in this. It looks like Arrow's just trying to get out at this point. And the Hylian shield. That makes the fight against Ugandan much more comfy. So I feel like Flora's probably at least a little happy to see that. Yeah, it makes it more comfy. So Ice Rune's definitely paying off so far. It had both the Hylian shield, bombs, and the stamina scroll. And now Flora's gonna fight Dark Stare. And Arrow's grabbing the tornado rod here. And this fight will take a little bit longer with just the level 1 sword for Flora, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's definitely not like Knuckle Master. And it looks like Arrow's going to make their way over to the Ice Ruins now also. So after Flora is done with this, I would probably go right to Palace of Darkness. I'm actually not sure if the Fire Rod does more damage, but you can carefully place the Fire Rod while he's hopping around to get 2 hits in. So between that and the sword, you can stack up damage pretty efficiently. It does the same. Or dodging the triangles nicely there. I think the hammer's too slow and unreliable with Dark Stare. Like, I feel like I would miss when he hops often. But the hammer definitely does more damage than the level 1 sword. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it dealt. At least Master Sword, if not more. But it does tempered damage. Seb has all the damage memorized. Oh my gosh. Arrow really bounced far back off that Lionel there. Yeah, hitting Dark Stare with the hammer would be tough. Oh, Seb has the damage table on the side. All right, so Flora gets her 3rd portrait, rescuing Ceres. And so the bombs do open up more overworld checks, but I would personally go right for the Palace of Darkness now that I have the bombs. Well, I'm glad you enjoy Link Between Worlds also. They're both great games. I've been having a lot of fun with the A Link Between Worlds randomizer, though, so it's definitely worth giving a shot if you haven't tried it yet. And Arrow's not gonna showing some mercy to the Ice Gibos here. Ooh, and Flora's gonna get her upgrades. I think she's probably gonna upgrade her bombs. Having the nice bombs and the Palace of Darkness lets you hit some switches that you can't otherwise. So it's actually pretty convenient to have. Yeah, Arrow did skip a lot of the overworld checks in the auto scrollers. So That will help him catch up a little bit for sure. Then also having the tempered sword will definitely make a difference. And here, the bombs. Arrow's going to be very happy to find those. And Flora playing this patiently. She's going to grab the weather vane. And there we can see Flora. She shot the bomb with her arrow to make it explode faster. Nice little time save. Ooh, the ice rod. Flora will be happy to see that. It's useful to have. And the arrow gets the stamina scroll. Looks like Flora's trying to get them all grouped up into one spot. Walk them into the bomb. Beautiful. Nicely done. And Flora got a special charm. I'm sure she feels very special that she received that. And she's going to use the hook shot to grab that key, which was $100. And there we can see, oh no, that wasn't the one. There's a switch in a bit on the basement floor where you can use the ice bombs to hit it. But now that she has the ice rod, that's not as necessary. And there's the big key. And arrow falling down for the small chest. They do have the 3,000 rupees necessary for the Great Rupee Fairy. And there's the flippers. Flora is effectively in go mode right now. She just needs to do the Treacherous Tower to get the Bow of Light there. And then she can race through the game. Huge find for her. That big chest is probably a small key. There we can see Flora equipping the nice bombs. But she's going to go back to the ice rod. Not as exciting, but it is quicker, so it makes sense. That switch you normally are supposed to beat a mini boss, but we don't need to. And she's not even gonna go and grab the big key chest, which I like. She doesn't need to. She's placing the bombs. Oh, one of them went off before she got up there. But the nice bombs they usually make quick work of the Gamasaur King's first phase. But one bomb explosion will make him roar. Oh, and unfortunately, didn't quite work out there. She has to go through this phase again. But throwing some bombs at his face will finish off the Gamasaur King, where Flora will get her 4th portrait. Yep, the flippers were in pod. And the Titan's mitts apparently were in pod. Pod was kind of loaded. The ice rod, flippers, and Titan's mitts. Yeah. And so now Flora's going to do Swamp Palace. So at one point, Flora actually held the world record for glitchless any %. So we'll get to see her utilize some of that experience, I think, here while she's in go mode. Yeah, she'll find the Master Sword in Thief's Hideout. So Gonna use the nice bombs to hit the switch. There we go. I'm not sure what she was trying to do there, but she's gonna grab the small key. And then she does have the bow, so we're gonna see her use the little arrow shot trick here. Unfortunately, that jellyfish was in the way. Looks like it's giving her a little trouble. It's a very precise arrow shot. There we go. First try. He's really whacking the jellyfish there. It did not want to go into its electric. Ooh, and the nice bombs to blow up a bunch of those. Bombs are actually don't seem super effective against them, but that's okay. Meanwhile, Arrow is going through a palace of darkness, finding the ice rod. Soon they'll find the flippers and also be in go mode. Another small key. There's basically one extra small key in Swamp Palace, so I think Flora will be skipping the one of the small key doors. And then Flora doesn't have the boots, so she's not able to do the mini boss skip here. Hero finding the special charm, so now they can feel special too. And Flora's gonna ignore that big chest. I think she's assuming that that is a small key, which is a fair assumption. Ooh, and Flora getting two eyes at once to hit. Nicely done. She's actually really good at that. I kind of struggle at doing this effectively. Nicely done. So now she's going to use the ice rod. You can use the ice rod to bounce this guy back down so that you can just keep hitting him. Usually makes pretty quick work of Argus. She's out of stamina now, so she's not able to do that. There she goes. And Argus is just not using his laser beam attack, which is pretty convenient for Flora. She's able to make really quick work of Argus. Nicely done. She's going to grab her 5th portrait? 4th? Her 5th portrait. She didn't mark Osphila in Palace of Darkness. I think it was Osphila. So Flora's going to grab Queen Orin, the vanilla portrait placement. And then presumably she's going to go up into Thief's hideout. What does she have left? Thief's hideout and then House of Gales. So I think she's going to do Thief's hideout next, where she will find a sword upgrade, and she'll be very happy about that. And then meanwhile, arrows working their way through the Palace of Darkness. Here, I think, are the flippers. Yes, there we go. So now Arrow is also effectively in go mode now. They're going to have to start playing through the dungeons very quickly, though, I think, in order to catch up to Flora. But they could still catch up. We've seen some pretty crazy comebacks in this tournament, so... Flora getting the B badge. Probably not what she was hoping was in that chest. And there, Flora finds her Master Sword. I feel like she's probably very excited about that. She's also going to grab this chest, which is the small key. So, if she had the big key, she could skip this mini boss, but she doesn't, so she's going to go in there and get it. Using an arrow to make the bomb blow up faster. Nicely done. And there's the big key. So now Flora could ignore the rest of the chests in this dungeon. She knows she doesn't need them. So now Arrow is fighting Gamasaur King. It looks like he missed the phase 1 skip. There we go. Breaking off his mask to get to the next phase. There we go. The Tempered Sword making quick work of Gamasaur King. So, Arrow's gonna get their 4th portrait, Osphila. Flora's already gotten the Osphila portrait. She just didn't mark it on her tracker. Oh, and she skipped making the guys spawn to check this chest. Fairly impressive. They're gonna spawn here, but she's just gonna walk away. That's all you have to do. So now Arrow's going into Thief's Hideout. They already played through this dungeon part of the way. So they're gonna warp to the mini boss and then go to the Thief Girl section. Flora is a dungeon ahead though, with beating Swamp Palace already. Flora preemptively getting the shot there to get that guy out of the way. And there she hits the switch with another arrow shot. Nicely done. The Thief Girl, she can be a little tricky at that section sometimes. And so she's going to place 2 bombs here in a specific location. It looks like it didn't quite work, but oh no, it did. Okay, nicely job, nicely done. All right, so for some reason, Stallblind is very weak to the hammer. So I'm sure we're going to see Flora use the hammer to deal a ridiculous amount of damage to Stallblind and make quick work of this boss fight. He's going to toss the shield, but Link's ready to come down with the hammer immediately. So Stallblind going into the 3rd phase, but I don't know if it's going to do that much. He's not long for this world. Oh. Stallblind is putting on some moves, but Flora got the hammer hit in finally and finished off Stallblind. All right, Flora's gonna get Rosso. Rosso does have 2 checks attached to him, but Flora's not gonna be getting those. We know that they don't give us anything that we need. And so now Flora just needs to play through House of Gales, and then she'll get the Bow of Light, which I'm assuming she's gonna do now, while she's in low rule, because she can warp to the Treacherous Tower. She grabbed that warp point earlier, so that's really gonna pay off for her. And so the Treacherous Tower, it's normally 50 floors. But in the randomizer, you can specify how many floors you want to do. And so for this tournament, we're only doing 5 floors. So it'll be a fairly quick Treacherous Tower. And we see Arrow also using the hammer here. These guys are actually kind of annoying. They're not easy to quickly kill because they have these little helmets. But Flora's doing a good job trying to hit them off the side. There, AeroRaiser defeats Stallblind. Meanwhile, Flora's having a rematch against Moldorm. She only has half a heart here, so she's going to need to be careful. There we go. Purple potion. Finish him off. Nicely done. There's all these rupees, and she does not care. She's leaving them all. She just wanted the glory of beating the Treacherous Tower. Actually, what she really wanted was the Bow of Light from this devilish girl. So there we go. Now Flora just needs to beat House of Gales, and then she can go and fight Ganon in the Low Rule Castle. Oh, she's going to go in and buy a heart piece. Makes sense, she's only a half a heart. So, get a quick refill before going into House of Gales. And then there's a big chest there. There are a lot of keys in House of Gales, so it's important to look more thoroughly and make sure you get all the keys so you don't get stuck. There's another small key. So, ooh. Okay. I was gonna say, it looked like Flora was gonna use the nice bombs against these guys, but maybe she's just gonna do it the normal way. Whack them. So it looks like AeroRaiser is gonna do this the normal way. They do have the bow, but they might not know about the trick shot. Checking, that's a small chest. Another small key. And then she's gonna wait here, and she's gonna wait for the platform to come back and tornado rod on top of it. Nicely done. Throw a bomb there for the switch. And then tornado rod, and when the bomb blows up, she's already flying over, so it kind of skips 2 cutscenes. Yeah, in the room that AeroRaiser was just in, you do it like a precise shot with your bow to hit the final switch and basically skip that room. And then she's gonna go back here and get this chest. It's just a small chest though, so she's gonna walk away. Ooh, nice. Oh, accidentally slipped off the edge there. So now Flora's gonna go into the mini boss here. These guys can be kind of a pain, but they're not too bad. Especially if you have an upgraded sword. Oh. Oh no. Arrow's footage went out. Not like this. Um let's see if they can get it back on. It's very unfortunate that they have a technical issue when they are in the middle of a race like this. We'll see. Meanwhile, Flora is going in to fight Margot Mill. And she's getting the bombs ready, so she's gonna use the nice bombs to make quick work of the pancake layers here. Yeah, the nice bombs by themselves just they just do it. The nice bombs just destroy Margot Mill. Um I don't want to like interrupt the racers while they're going, so I'm not sure if I should say something in the race time chat. But oh, there we go. Okay. It looks like they were at the same spot. So maybe their game just crashed or something. I'm not sure. But meanwhile, Flora defeats Margot Mill. So AeroRaiser does have the boots here, so he could have skipped the mini boss. But yeah, probably. Flora getting the last portrait for Gully. There's a little bug with the Gully's portrait where in the Palace of Darkness, Gully's portrait's up high and then falls down. And so it takes a little bit for Gully's portrait to like fall down if he's in another dungeon. But now Flora can go right to Low Rule Castle. Neither of our runners defeated Yuga in Hyrule Castle, so they're gonna have to play through Low Rule Castle. Usually you're able to kind of skip most of it though. It looks like they realized they didn't hit the button there. So in this tournament, there's one random trial that's, excuse me, that you'll be required to do. And you typically need one key to complete the trial. So while Flora is making her way up to the 3rd floor of Low Rule Castle, she's going to be checking chests to at least find some keys. All right, so there, Flora found a key. So it'd be good to find at least one more in case the trial's on the 2nd floor. I mean, on the 4th floor. But we'll see. The trial is on the 4th floor, so Flora will need to find another small key. But it looks like she's just going to go right to the lamp trial and do it fairly. Oh wait, nope, she turned back. Grabbed the small key, so now she can just like walk through the lamp trial normally. And it looks like she has it memorized. Very impressive. Just walked right through that. I think that's her showcasing her glitchless world record experience. This time Argus was able to get a laser beam attack off, but Argus still did not last long against the tempered sword that Arrow had. And so now Arrow is going to be getting their 6th portrait, rescuing Queen Orin. Meanwhile, Flora is making her way into the throne room of Yuganon. So I think Flora's pretty safe this Yuganon fight. She has Blue Mail and Hylian Shield. But Uganon did get some quick attacks in on her. So she's already down 3 hearts. Right. Flora using the bow well. She is down to just 1 heart though at this point, so she's going to need to be really careful during this next phase of Uganon. The energy tennis part isn't too bad. We've all played energy tennis against Ganon and his various incarnations. But there's a fairy attack in between the rounds of energy tennis that can be a little spooky. But Flora very aggressively played the energy tennis. And now we're going to see what Zelda gives Flora to help with this final fight. It looks like it might be another Bow of Light, but it's actually just $100. So thank you, Zelda. Very helpful. So here's the first round of the fairies, and it looks like she's going to do the wall merge trick. You can kind of hide in the wall and just avoid most of the fairies. She has the stamina scroll, so she can hide in here for a while. Usually not enough for, at least for the second one, the full time. All right, so she's gonna hide in the wall again. The fairies this time, they last longer, so she is gonna have to dodge some of them. Oh no, she got hit. Okay. So she is gonna have to go back and redo the fight now. Which does give Aero some more time to catch up, but it still might not be enough unless she dies again. I'm not sure. I know there was a bug net at some point, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look like either runner marked it. So putting fairies in a bottle might be an option. But it looks like she doesn't want to go with that. Oh no, and it looks like Aero doesn't remember what to do in this section. There you go. He found the right switch. This time we can see she's playing a little more cautiously, not getting hit twice in the beginning. I don't think she's used to having the Hylian shield because she hasn't used it at all during the fight. There we go. Much better phase 1 that time. A lot more than just 1 heart. So we're gonna go back into the energy tennis. Flora did type in a frowny face in the race time chat. There, she gets her $100 again. And Zelda, you might want to give something else to be more helpful. And here we can see Flora expertly dodging the fairies in the first fairy phase. So now it's a second round of energy tennis. She tried to play it aggressive again and run forward, but it didn't work out. Oh, this time it paid off for her. She got through the phase very quickly. And it looks like she's gonna play it safe and just go into the wall merge trick. And then for this last phase of energy tennis, you just need to spam the sword. She's even still moving forward a little bit. And then the last bow of light shot in slow motion, hitting Uganon. And then a bow shot. She's standing right underneath Zelda's portrait to trigger the next cutscene. So it's not time yet. It'll be time once when she touches the Triforce. And let's see. She's going to touch the Triforce eventually. Looks like the stream is a little delayed from the race time chat because I can see that she marked herself as finished. And AeroRaiser has forfeited the match. GG's. All right, let me get them into the booth. All right, I sent them a link. Hello. Hello, Arrow.
Ice ruin.
The ice ruins. Yes.
I have a habit of putting off ice ruins as long as I can because I do not like ice ruins. And
Yeah.
boy, did it bite me! But that was literally the path to go mode. As soon as you did ice ruins, it's like, oh, okay, dungeon rush, and hopefully you find your last remaining item immediately in Palace of Darkness. Oh, look, flippers.
Yeah. Ice ruins definitely was important.
This
Congratulations, Flora.
This was crazy close. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Dying to you again and felt really bad.
Oh no.
Because I died to I died to the last wave of bats.
Oh, I guess fair warning, if you had another death, this would have been like maybe seconds apart. I was in Treacherous Tower grabbing Bow of Light.
I was dungeon rushing a lot of the time, but I didn't have a sword better than Captain's Sword until like the second to last dungeon.
So I got Master Sword pretty early, but it was not worth it.
Yeah, Moldorm at the top of Tower Hera had a sword upgrade.
I see.
And then Arrow found the Tempered Sword in Thief's Hideout shortly after that.
Just minutes after, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
So
my biggest downside here was I put off Ice Ruins forever.
Yeah, Ice Ruins was one of the first I did because I was like, well, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I was literally doing everything else I could do. I did swordless Skullwoods and then left after starting the boss, and I'm like, you know what? I'll come back with a sword.
Yes, Knuckle Master Swordless looks very painful.
It was. I was like, I'm missing half my hammer shots. I'm like, I'm out.
The key is to do it with nice bombs.
Nice bombs.
Those are nice.
I prepped nice bombs, but by the time I was in go mode, I was like, I don't have a good way back here. Because I prepped nice bombs, because I was gonna get bombs for the plan for the nice item. I was like, I can do it with Palace of Darkness. I'm like, oh, I already have the warp there. Oh well. So I went there, I was like, maybe we'll find the last item here. It's just flippers at this point. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Ice Ruins was really important this seed.
Ice Ruins was the answer this seed.
Yeah.
You go there, you were just off and going.
Flora,
did you Flora, did you happen to open the big chest inside Ravio's house?
Yes, because I brought Big Bomb to it.
Yeah, I thought about it when I saw that and I'm like, no.
I mean, I'm fine with Big Bomb because I'm used to moving it around in glitchless.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's not that much different.
I think I opted not to because at that point all I was missing was bomb, stamina, scroll, flippers, and I was like, what are the chances it's one of those two items?
It was smooth gem.
No, I have smooth gem.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't important. That's what I
actually remember. I'm looking at your tracker.
Was it the hint glasses?
No, I think it's Sandrod.
Oh yeah,
it was Sandrod.
I never got Sandrod.
It was Sandrod, and I'm like, well, I hope this isn't useful.
No, hint glasses came courtesy of Hinox, which I also put off for a while. But all you really got for it was blue
disappointing.
Mail. Yeah, all you got for it was a blue mail.
Yeah, we always hope for more from the Greedy Nox.
Boots was nice, but they came a bit too late for them to really do much.
I missed where you found them. Where did you see them?
Where did I find Boots? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Overworld.
Yeah, I think I was like watching Flora play through a dungeon.
Cave. Rosso Cave.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Like I said, I was very much putting off Ice.
I mean, for me, I figured like doing dungeons with shitty items is like something I feel like I can do better than a lot of people. So it's like, okay, this is what I need to do to like
that's what I did
win.
that's what I figured with Skullwoods. I was like, I'm good for everything in Skullwoods except the boss, but we're gonna try it anyway.
Oh yeah, just Knuckle Master with Hammer, because I tried that to see if it would be faster, because Hammer
Yeah.
does more damage than Captain's Sword.
I struggled to
sucks.
connect with it.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, Knuckle Master is just not a fun boss fight. Overall,
No,
like you need a good sword in order to get through it quickly.
Knuckle Master is
Yeah.
easily my least favorite boss of this game.
There's a reason why
Okay,
the
Argus
skiff
second-
being
Argus
found
close
day
second.
one. Why do you not like Argus? Why?
I'm not a
What?
fan of it. I'm just not a fan.
Laura,
But
you
at
were
the same
so
time-
good at getting 2 eyes at once against Argus.
I mean, yeah, that's. I fought that boss a lot, so
Yeah.
it's like I've done a cleaner Captain Sword Argus, but it's like I've Swamp's one of my favorite dungeons. I've grinded it, like the
I'm-
IL for it. So
I'm just glad we didn't have to do Turtle Rock.
fair. I like Turtle Rock glitchless because you get to do the cool bow strat.
Yeah, I got, but I was like, oh, there's cool things I can do with this. I'll probably not even remember to try any of it.
Yeah, Boomerang
both
and
got-
Fire Rod Eastern sucked.
I was just gonna
Fire
say,
Rod
yeah,
Eastern was
you've-
kinda
both
bad.
of you found Bo like right after Eastern Palace. I was like, oh, I bet they wish they had that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, swapping between Boomerang and Fire Rod wasn't exactly nice.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, I'm
Because
gonna
I
hop out of
play
here and make some food. GG's.
GG's.
I get to
GG.
do another one of these tomorrow, so
I also have a race tomorrow, so there'll be more
Yeah.
A Link Between Worlds races going on. So
about the
stay
same
tuned,
time.
people.
Actually, they start an hour apart.
Yeah, my
None
race.
Yeah,
of
I
them have a
gotta-
channel yet, though, so we don't
Eastern.
know what.
Yeah,
We'll need
I
someone
gotta
to
schedule
lock
my
a channel.
last one.
I got one more to schedule after this as well.
Yeah.
GG's, everyone. It was a
GG's.
good race. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see
Thank
y'all
you,
later.
Speed Gaming, for the tournament and Matt Cap for organizing it. And I hope that the rest of you will come in for tomorrow to see more races. GG's.